The first practice that I'm going to do is the control of a DC motor with a switch SPDT. That means single pole double throw. This switch has two outputs and one input, but you can revert it as you prefer, and as the circuit you can modify it to make function the circuit. Here we have the two voltage sources, one positive with 5 volts and the other negative with minus 5 volts. And when the switch is here, the positive current will flow and will make the DC motor turn on to the right. And we can see the motor is turning to the right. Now if we change the position of the switch, now it's turning to the left because the current is negative, and we're going feeding the pole positive with negative current, so the turn is to the other side. Okay, next we have a circuit with a potentiometer and a voltage source of 5 volts. What we're going to do is to modify the speed of this DC motor in order to make them turn more quick or more slow. Here in the potentiometer we have 50%, so if we slow down the velocity, the voltage that is here only arrives in 21%, for example. And now if we increment the speed with the potentiometer, at 100% we have here the 5 volts and the motor is turning at the maximum speed. Finally, we have the H-bridge circuit, that is a voltage source with 5 volts, and we have a DC motor and 4 switches. What we're going to do is that if we close this switch and this switch, the current will flow through the motor and will make them turn to the right, because here is the positive and here is the negative. So the current will flow, and here is the ground. So we can see that the motor is turning to the right. But if we open this switch, the motor stops because the current is not flowing. Also, for example, here we can see that the motor is stopped, and we make here a short circuit because the current is flowing through a wire and connecting positive with negative. But now if we want to make them turn to the other side, we have to close here and close here, and now we are feeding with positive current the negative side, so the turn is to the left. And the same here, we make just a short circuit because it's connecting positive with negative, and that we don't want in a circuit. So the only ways is to close here and here to make turn to the right, and here to make to the left.